You thought the United States was the land of instant gratification and convenience, all about quantity over quality. Well, you were wrong. It's time for another. Coffee achievers like myself may be surprised to learn that instant coffee is not only the most popular, but the fastest growing form of coffee in the world. According to a new story in the Washington Post, instant coffee, that's powdered coffee that dissolves in hot water, is bigger than ever. In Australia and New Zealand, it accounts for over 75% of retail coffee consumed. In Eastern Europe, it's over 50%. And it's over 60% in Asia Pacific, the largest instant coffee consuming region of the world. But in North America, 2.7%. Why? Aren't we the ones who want everything fast, America? No, apparently not. Coffee is a $30 billion industry in the U.S., and almost all of it is brewed. But don't be a total coffee snob. There still is room for instant coffee in the diverse life of a coffee drinker. The Starbucks Via brand of instant coffee is actually better than a lot of so-called brewed options. I demonstrated how to use it in a coffee emergency here.
I can't find a Starbucks anywhere. So I pull over to the rest areas, and all they have is those god-awful coffee machines that make weak coffee. But the water is hot. So I made myself a coffee, and I set it on the weakest. They have 3 settings. I take a Starbucks Via and I make myself a Starbucks coffee. All right, now let's take the test. Oh my gosh, it's a Starbucks coffee.
Andy, you were looking quizzically at that video. Did you understand what was happening there?
I couldn't tell what that was, but I assume it's an instant coffee.
Yes. Well, what happens is you go to these rest areas out in the hinterlands of America.
Well, I'm sure you do.
When you
TSA agent.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, Tom.
And then you go to the fun house.
You spend time there in the rest of the time. Sometimes I pull over, I make my own tuna fish sandwich, and I go over and I want to have a cup of coffee.
I don't even want to ask how you make that.
Tuna fish? Where's the tuna fish? What?
You get these wonderful tuna foil packages. You don't have to open cans anymore on the road. You get the foil package, you get yourself some mayonnaise, and you mix it up in a bowl. Okay, anyway.
Right back to the killing.
Yeah, this sounds murdery. Yeah.
So, Andy, what I was doing in that video, demonstrating for people, it's a great road coffee tip. Okay, you go into the rest area, and they have the coffee machines, and they make terrible coffee. So but they have hot water. It's the only way to get hot water on the road. So you make a coffee on the weakest setting, and then you pour in the Starbucks powder, and you make yourself a nice
hot water.
You can't. I'm telling you, I'm out on the road. These comedy clubs are in the middle of nowhere. They don't even have a Dunkin' Donuts.
Coffee, just get hot water.
Because the machines don't make hot water.
Oh,
at America's rest areas, they just have that
microwave.
Terrible coffee machine. Yes.
What's wrong with the coffee machine? I don't care what kind of coffee I drink.
See, that's
just caffeine. It's fun to abuse caffeine. It's fun to just slam it and just wild out. It's a great time. I don't understand people who like certain kinds of coffee. I don't understand people who go wine tasting.
A lot of gals I know like this. This is what do you, Joanne? Do you care about coffee, or are you just kind of dumping it down for the?
Well, I grew up on instant coffee because that's what my parents drank. We were a Folgers family, so that's what I was used to.
I didn't know they were Folgers families.
We're also a Ford family. All our cars were Fords. Yeah, so that's what I was used to, so that's just by default I would go to that. But when I do have a really nice blend or a really nice Colombian bean, whatever it might be, I can taste the difference and I do enjoy it more. But for convenience sake, a single serving of instant coffee is much easier than making a pot.
Yeah, I don't know how to make coffee. It's like sludge, but if you drink some, you'll have fun. You'll have fun.
I used to have a roommate in college who used to make he used to he had a styrofoam cup at the ready on his desk, and he would scoop in the Taster's Choice, coffee, and then he would run it under the water in the tub, the bathtub, and he would run the hot water, and he would just suck it. Isn't that disgusting?
I love instant coffee.
You do? What
really
is
do.
happening?
But
I just was saying,
obviously
America.
Eastern Europeans.
You are obviously the only coffee achiever here, Tom.
Well, I mean, I don't know why. We all work in media. We need our coffee, and we live in a wonderful. There's a great gourmet coffee place down the street.
Of course course you know
bottle
where
coffee.
it is.
Yeah, I know.
Haven't you ever heard the Nescafe jingle?
But that's what I was going to. Tom and I were talking about this earlier. When we were growing up, same with you, back in the 50s, everyone drank instant coffee, and every other ad on TV was for instant coffee. You had Robert Young's Sanka ads, fill it to the rim with
Sanka.
brim.
Yes.
Frank never has a second cup of coffee at home. The U-bands.
Right.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Now, I can't remember the last time I saw an instant coffee commercial on American television. They've given up.
You have your answer. The answer is less than 3% of Americans drink instant coffee. We're all about quality. Everyone thinks we're about the fast food, but no, they drink a lot more instant in South America and Asia, in Britain, in Australia. They all like that instant stuff. We're the gourmet people here in America, so it's a different story than what's happening out in the streets. Okay. Catherine, do you grind?
I dump expired coffee, and it all works. It all
Back
works.
to the fun house.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up, a male model with face tattoos. I'm interested. And do you have videos of animals? You can send them to us at foxnews.com/redeye.